Hi everybody, so this video is a direct appeal to DayZ modders or other modders who want to make money from their mods. And the way I think one of the best ways you can make money from your mods is to make YouTube videos about them. And in this video I'm going to be talking about titles, descriptions, the different sources that will feed into your views, and something called the long tail. Now, especially with DayZ, it's very difficult to monetize your mods because there are hundreds, there are thousands of mods out there, and the people who often use your mods may not even be really aware about what a mod is, where it's come from. Because they go into the launcher, it gets automatically downloaded, and they play. However, there are and there will be hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of people who want to know more about your mod in terms of how to install it on their servers, how to update it. And then at the other end, you've got the users. So how do they use your mod? So for example, say Dumpgar's building mod, building fortifications, how to install it on a server, how to update it on a server, how to configure it on a server. And then the people who are actually on the servers that play it will want to know things like how do you build a window fortification? How do you build a metal fortification for your door? How do you build a curtain? All this sort of stuff. There's all these questions out there. So this video hopefully is going to help you. Now, what you're looking at here is these are the analytics for the last 2 years for my most popular videos on my channel. And as you can see, that the overall views is pretty constant as it goes on, and then you've got some outliers where videos have done particularly well. So let's take a DayZ one. So let's go down. Let's have a look. How to install a local server on your PC for single player. So over the last 2 years, that video has got 65,000 views. So let's just click on that. Okay. Now, the first thing you should take note is that this video had a little bit of a spike at the beginning when it came out. I guess when my subscribers are watching it, but then over the last 2 years, it's gone up a bit. Then it was constant a bit in the daily views. Then it went up a bit, and it's kind of gone down a bit. So this is kind of what we call the long tail, in the fact that if you take certain types of videos, say your favorite, say DayZ content creator who makes videos about how I became the greatest trader on DayZ, how I took down a clan on DayZ, those videos that have hundreds of thousands of views, they tend to get loads of views straight away, and then it tails off. With videos about mods or anything where you are answering questions, they have a long tail of views, so they probably don't have that many daily views or monthly views, but in the long term they will get an awful lot of views. And this particular video, which is a simple video, how to install a local server on your PC for a DayZ server, has had 65,000 views. Now, let's have a look at the sources as well. This is very, very important when you're thinking about when we talk about titles and descriptions. So what you're looking at here is on those daily views, where did those viewers come from? And what you should really be interested in is the blue line and the green line. So the blue line is external sources. Probably Google search, okay, and other search engines. And then the green line is YouTube search. And that if you combine those together, that's where the majority of the sources for the views on this video. If you combine them two together, that would basically be most of the sources. And one thing that should kind of stand out is the fact that for this particular video, I get more referrals from external sources to YouTube than YouTube search itself. So this is people who are going on Google search or Bing or searching Reddit or searching Twitter or all sorts of different things, and the search result is coming back with my video on YouTube. Then they click on it and they come to YouTube, and that's these external sources. Now, lots of people are still searching within YouTube for with the words to find my video, but it's more for external. So again, when you're creating your video and you're creating the titles and the descriptions for your video, it's not all about YouTube, right? It's not all about your subscribers. It's about people outside of that kind of environment as well. And this is why your titles and your descriptions are so important, and also why you may well have to do more than one video to address a particular need, because you might not be able to cover the sort of questions people would ask with one title and one type of description. So let's actually look at this video on YouTube and see how I have titled it and how I've described it. So let's just pause it so it doesn't waffle on. So here we go. So here we have the title, probably the most important thing. So guide. I probably couldn't fit in beginner's guide. How to install a local server on your PC for single player DayZ and mod testing and experimenting. So what I'm trying to hit with that title is all of the people who are typing into YouTube or Google or Bing, how do I install a local server? It's kind of the first thing, a local DayZ server. So we've got how install DayZ server. So that's the first key questions people are going to be writing in. And then you've got like people maybe who might type something like, how do I play single player DayZ? Well, that's why we've got single player in the title. And maybe they'll type in something like, how do I experiment with mods on my PC? So that's covered in there. Maybe someone says, how do I install a server for mod testing? I've got that instead. Now you've only got a limited number of things you can type, so you need to try and cover the main things in the title. Plus you do want it to kind of be a little bit readable English, but you want to hit all those keywords that people will be typing, and always think about what questions are people typing into YouTube or Google or Bing or Reddit. What are they typing, and is that reflected in the title of your video? Then you have the description. Now the beauty with the description is that you can type more in here, and so in the description I say, although DayZ offline mode is a simpler way of getting DayZ running on a local machine, it has certain compromises, such as being unable to save your progress. If you want a true DayZ server experience for single player fun or testing experimentation with mods, then installing a local server in your PC is the way to go. So I'm putting more keywords in, because often people will search for DayZ offline mode. Another thing I could do for this description, I could probably start off with something like, in this beginner's guide video tutorial, I show you how to install the local DayZ server so you can play DayZ on your local PC. Words to that effect. So all these questions that people are typing in are reflected in my description as well. Now there are keywords you can enter as well when you upload a video. You see, I don't particularly bother with those very much because they tend to get spammed, and I don't think YouTube and Google really take that much notice of them. The key things is getting your title as descriptive as you can and including as many of those keywords as you can that will reflect your mod and what you're saying about your mod in that particular video. Because I see so many videos from mod creators where they have really short titles and really short descriptions that are doing the content that they have created in terms of the information in the video that is very helpful. They're doing it a disservice, which means that people just simply cannot find that content. And I try and do as much as I can with my titles and my descriptions to include as much as I can to make it as easy as possible when people type in the words, how do I, what do I, to find that within my video. So just always remember, when you're doing your doing your titles, when you're doing your content, it's all about, let's look at another one. How to spawn in items, no damage. So it's all about the long tail. It's all about the long lifetime of your how-to video tutorial. It's all about the fact that your traffic sources aren't just going to be YouTube, they're going to be lots of external sources as well. And then it's all about making sure that you ram that title and you ram that description with those keywords. DayZ, the name of your mod, what you're telling them in this particular video tutorial, and ramming that into the description as well. So you're giving those search engines all the meat they need to be able to guide people in the right direction. Okay, so hopefully that video is useful. Hopefully that will inspire modders, especially DayZ modders, to really take advantage of YouTube and the way that the Google search engine, the YouTube search engines work to drive people to your video, so you can get above 1,000 subscribers, so you can start to monetize your channel, so that you can start, making money for the fantastic work you do. Brilliant. There we go. Hopefully you find the video useful. If you have, hit like. If you want to see more, the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.